Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me a diamond in the rough. His name is Caleb Holden. He's a cornerback out of Merrimack College. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great. I know we had some of our Hula Bowl scouts actually at your at one of your games this past season. Saw a lot of great talent out there for Merrimack. You guys got a lot of great players out there. Some coming out this year, some staying back another year. But I do want to know more about you. Obviously, reached out to you for this interview. Go ahead and kind of give me a brief summary, if you don't mind, of you and your career. Maybe where you're from and how you got there to Merrimack.
Well, I'm originally from Union, New Jersey. I played at Union High School under Darren Grasso and Lou Grasso. Um, I actually started out as a running back. If you could believe it or not, I started out as a running back my freshman year, and then I got moved up to varsity and then transitioned to a defensive back. Out of high school, I wasn't really highly recruited. I went to prep school at Milford Academy, and out of Milford Academy, I took a semester off, and then I got an offer from Merrimack College, and I took a visit up there, and I just loved it. You know, Dan Curran, Brian Robat, they just welcomed me like a family as soon as I got there, so I felt like it was a good spot for me.
Yeah, and I mean, you're talking about a team there that's really on the rise. I mean, they've kind of solidified themselves there, and a lot of great talent coming out of there right now. So I mean, um, I know a lot of guys really were hyping up your partner in crime there, Darren McKenzie, throughout this season. I mean, they're sitting, they're watching him, and then like on the other side of the field, there's this guy that's making all these plays, and it's you. So I mean, obviously they have their eye on you as well. So, talk to me about you as a defensive back. I mean, what do you feel separates you as a prospect? What do you feel is like the best part of your game?
Um, I can talk about I have good footwork, good ball skills, but the thing that I think really separates me is I just, control what I can control. I really don't look too much into like, trying to be, get those stats and stuff like that. I just, make sure within that whistle, I give it all that I have and control the things that I can control. And I found out that I've gotten a better outcome playing my game like that rather than trying to, be a stat guy and trying to, make every play.
Right. Well, I mean, obviously you didn't focus on being a stat guy, but you did get some decent stats. 42, career pass deflections, nine overall interceptions throughout your career, which is great. Also have some experience as a special teamer as well. So, talk to me about your experience there on special teams.
Yeah, so I play gunner on punt. I do a little bit of kick return. I mean, honestly, anywhere I can help my team, I'm willing to do it. It really doesn't matter.
Gotcha. So where are you lining up? I mean, are you field side, boundary side? Are you playing you there at nickel at all, or they're back at safety? Like, where are you lining up?
A lot of the times, like you mentioned, on the other corner, we usually just start with one side of the field, and then eventually, like I'll, go to the left side, or we go to the right side. It's not really, a right side. I'm on the right side, or he's on the left side. It's, whoever's there is there. Our coach gives us, the versatility just to do whatever. He has a lot of confidence in me, Darian, and also the other corner, Anthony Witherstone, was a big part of that. So
Gotcha. And are you playing on the on the inside at all, like slot corner?
yes, definitely this year I definitely got a lot reps at nickel. And I feel like I did really well at nickel, and I'm starting to grow into it, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times, when people look at perhaps like a player of your size, about 5'10", 180 pounds. I mean, a lot of times they might want to kind of pigeonhole you somewhere, on the field. But if you've ever turned on Merrimack tape, You get a guy like you who's very feisty, has a lot of get off and speed, and really able to match up well with almost anybody. And so again, I feel like you get a guy who really one on one. It don't matter if he's small. If it doesn't matter if he's tall. I mean, I know that you're able to really work against the best of them for sure. So um, you took the opportunity actually with this pandemic to stick around there for a little bit. So chat with me just a little bit about like this COVID year for you, and really what you feel. Maybe what you did during that time, how you got yourself better, and how you stayed motivated.
Um, I mean, I usually will come home during the break, but I just chose to stay up at school and, just be ready. I didn't know what was going to happen with COVID, so I just chose to stay up at school, be ready, work out with my team when we could, because can workouts got canceled a lot. So I just chose to, just stay up there, work out with my team, and just be ready for, whenever we got that call. And then when we got, they gave us a 3 game schedule. Well, actually 4 games. That last game got canceled because of COVID. But I just, like I said, I just controlled what I can control. I know that, I put the work in off the field. So when I got the opportunity to play, this is what I love to do. So I just maximize my opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have. I mean, you've done very well for yourself there at Merrimack, and after your time there, I mean, you were actually invited to two different All Star games, the FCS Bowl and the Tropical Bowl. So tell me a little bit about those, All Star events, and really what you got out of them. So let's start there first with the FCS Bowl.
So the FCS Bowl was in Daytona Beach. It was a lot different than being in Massachusetts, especially for the weather. I got to meet a lot of good guys from different conferences, and even some guys from my conferences. I got to match up with them again. I talked to some scouts out there. It was just an overall good experience.
And again, Tropical Bowl as well. I mean, I know the Tropical Bowl. I'm not so sure about the FCS Bowl, but I know the Tropical Bowl is available on YouTube for people to watch that as well. So get to see who you're matching up against there. So, what about that experience there with the Tropical Bowl? Like that, some of that talent, and really just that week overall.
I mean, it was definitely fun. Similar to the FCS Bowl, it was great weather, but the competition was definitely a lot better. But it just showed me that I'm able to match up against those guys, the FBS guys, Arkansas State, Ole Miss, Michigan, like those guys were out there, and I was doing what I can do and doing my best out there. Obviously, I had definitely some things I could have learned from, but there was definitely times where I held my own and made a lot of plays out there.
Great. Also another aspect about those events is you get to sit down and actually have some interviews with some scouts. Um, uh, just briefly, just tell me a little bit about what those interviews were like. If you had any sort of quirky questions, or just kind of that overall experience and like how you felt about it.
Um, so it was definitely interesting the questions that they were asking. Nothing really too out of the ordinary, but it was definitely interesting of how they really focused on learning about you and like your life outside of football. They didn't really they asked questions about football, but they really focused on like who you are as a person and how you are off the field. So
Gotcha. So obviously nothing off the field, right? We're straight with you, man, right? Like nothing too crazy.
of course,
Good. That's good to hear. So got to make sure to put that out there for people who watch this video. I mean, we got a kid who's not going to get into trouble. So love it. Um, so yeah, I mean, obviously, great career there at Merrimack. Was able to take that career, get some invites to a couple of All Star events, be able to showcase your talent out there. A lot of great moments like throughout your time wearing that helmet. What sticks out for you as perhaps like that most memorable moment of you in college? Is there a particular game or play that'll still stick out?
um, during the COVID year, I actually tied for the most pass breakups in all of FCS in a single game. So that was a pretty good accomplishment for me. But definitely playing against Holy Cross and coming out with the victory, that was definitely a good moment for. It felt good for me, and it was definitely a great moment for our program. Like just to know and show the world that we can play with, those guys.
Yeah, I sat down and I talked to your quarterback, and your quarterback mentioned the same thing. Obviously, when you're able to, get a win over a rival who seemingly has had everyone's number for a while. I mean, being able to get that victory, it's gotta feel fantastic
Uh,
to get that one. So love that. Uh, Another thing too about you as an athlete overall, which maybe a lot of people don't know, is even going back to your days in high school, really great athlete. I mean, also participated in other sports such as track and field. So share with me a little bit about you playing some other sports and how they've helped you in your journey as a football player.
yeah, I definitely ran track in high school. I did the high jump. I jumped 6'4" in the high jump, 43 in the triple jump, and I was on the 4x1 team. So I feel like that just running track, it just translated really well to football and just being fast and explosive and things like that.
So you said you got a 6'4"? Is that right?
Yeah.
So you get a guy who's 5'10" who somehow is able to be explosive enough to jump higher than his own height. I mean, that's you have to understand, like, that's actually a really great number, for a guy like you. So really, what we were saying is like how that's translating on the field is you're able to explode, and off the snap, that's really what you have to be able to do. When you're out there, maybe perhaps in zone coverage, doing the exact same thing. So it certainly translates to the game. So definitely love that about you. I feel like your vert's going to end up being like 40 plus. Like, do you have any idea where you're at with that right now?
I mean, yeah, I have an idea where I'm at, but I'm gonna save that for pro. They were definitely gonna shock some guys.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I feel like it's in like that 40 range. So, I mean, hopefully you'll be able to show that and, really be able to say, you know what? I mean, it don't matter who like you got me up against. I'm still able to out jump them. So, I love that about
Um,
you as an athlete for sure. So, um, I just kind of want to give you a couple more questions if you don't mind. I mean, um, obviously a guy with a ton of experience. You've been there at Merrimack for a while. So kind of want to get your take on this question, and that is obviously throughout your uh, career, is there maybe a lesson from one of your coaches that still sticks with you today, either back there at Union High School or there at Merrimack?
I mean, I can't talk about it enough. It's just controlling what you can control. Shout out to Coach Robat, Brian Robat. Since my freshman year, he's always been telling me that. But my junior and senior year, I really bought in, and I really seen that, pay off in the way I play.
Great. And so who are some of the guys who, like, on a daily basis that you're matching up against, maybe perhaps in practice, that are helping you become a better corner? So who are the guys that you're you know they're up against there at Merrimack? So what type of guys do we have still left there?
Um, Jakari Carter, he's in the slot. We definitely go at it in practice. When I get in the slot, not too many reps in the slot because they like to go one on one with the safeties. But I get my reps in there, and we definitely go at it. Mo Nelson. They have a lot of upcoming guys, a lot of young guys coming up. So
Nice. So I mean, obviously you got some guys that are just going to continue to build up that team, and hopefully continue success there at Merrimack. So certainly like that. I do want to get a chance to meet this Caleb Holden guy outside of football. Uh, so let's chat about something else if you don't mind. I mean, whether it be your hobbies, your interests. Anything fun or perhaps unique about you that you want to share?
I mean, I'm really just a laid back guy. I really enjoy, being with my family, my friends. Something that probably, if you see me in person, a lot of people know about me, but I love Crocs, like the shoes.
Crocs, okay.
Crocs, those like you'll always see me with Crocs on. Those are like my go-to shoes. Every day I just slip on my Crocs. Those are my favorite shoes to wear.
Even up in the colder parts
Even in
of
the
the
cold, I
U.S.
have the winterized ones. I have the ones with the fur inside. Those are my favorite shoes.
That's funny. So a guy who's somewhat fashionable, so that's interesting. Um, let's just say, for the sake of argument, there's no football. Do you have any idea what perhaps your profession would be?
Um, I definitely want to get into heavy machinery, like just working with like things like cranes, like on a construction site. And definitely eventually I want to get into real estate and things like that.
Interesting. Another question I just kind of want to throw your way is, again, hypothetically, I mean, you get to the NFL, you get this one big fat paycheck. Um, you're going to have all this money, maybe $1 million. So, if you have the money, maybe to give to perhaps like a charity or a cause. Like, have you ever thought about perhaps like what you might do? Put that money into?
No, I actually haven't thought about that, but
So,
definitely
what would
for
be that one first purchase then? Like, if you had that.
um I don't know, like I said, I really, enjoy being with my family. So definitely something for my family. Those are the people that supported me, through this whole journey, going to prep school, out of high school, going to Merrimack. So I definitely support my family, give back to my family.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously, something cool there. I'm trying to get you to break a little bit, character, because you seem like very even keeled. So, um, uh, obviously, let's see, favorite food.
Favorite food, macaroni and cheese.
Okay, macaroni and cheese. Favorite movie
Um,
or TV show.
Favorite TV show right now, I would say Snowfall. It's actually coming out tonight, so I'm looking forward to watching that.
Awesome. So definitely got to get off here pretty soon. So, hey, let's go ahead and start wrapping things up. Then, obviously, a guy that is preparing to take that leap, go to the pros. Um, what are you doing now? Where are you working out? Is there maybe a coach or facility that you're working with? I mean, what are you doing at the moment?
So I'm working out in Martinsville, New Jersey at Test Academy with Kevin Dunn and his staff. They're amazing. I'm working with a nutritionist, uh, a guy that's helping us with our mental health. It's just a lot of things that's, involved with their facility that's just, taking my game to the next level.
Obviously, and when is that pro day for you? Do you have any expectations or goals for that?
When is the pro day?
Yep.
It's March 21st, 24th.
Okay, so March 24th, and expectations or goals that you have for that pro day.
I mean, just to be the best version of myself, you know.
So obviously, we're gonna want to see like, because I personally want to know like how fast this guy's gonna run, how high is this guy gonna jump, how is he gonna look in his drills. I mean, I do have a feeling that you're gonna see a very explosive guy, who's gonna be going after the ball, making some excellent plays out there for his pro day. Um,
Definitely,
I do want you to take one last moment. There's got to be a lot of scouts that might want to know a little bit more about you, and I want you to give them your one last pitch as to perhaps why they need to take a chance on you. Sign you, bring you in, and be a part of their franchise. So go ahead and hit them with your pitch.
well, with me, you're going to get a fearless competitor, a great teammate, and somebody that can just embody of, you know, what the organization stands for on and off the field.
Awesome. I mean, once again, I mean, we have a guy who I know has the athletic ability to run with the best of them. Can play a couple different positions, perhaps. So, I mean, that certainly helps you as well. I mean, a guy who's very focused in this interview that I can't get through. There you go. I get a smile out of you, so that's good. A guy that I know that is going to be there, in very very mature, very experienced guy, a good teammate as well. So I do wish you best of luck in your journey, Caleb. Thanks a lot for this interview.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Once again, Caleb Holden, cornerback out of Merrimack College. Definitely check him out.